We're good? Cool.
I don't know.
It's got our own thing. It's probably on.
Cool. We've been in the car for an hour. We've got like 3.5 hours left. We're on our way to the Sig Sauer UK division. Would you like to call it Hull and Outdoors BDX Open Day. For us, that's probably immensely exciting.
For you guys, it might not be.
Because it's been released in the rest of the world already, so if you wanted to see something about it, you've probably already seen it. But
it's still pretty cool for us. We're going to go play with some guns. But Johnny's driving very economically. Truck.
Where are we?
We have been behind a big old tractor that you can probably just about see off in the distance there. We've probably been behind it for about a quarter of an hour now.
So here's to agricultural contractors. So we just took a little detour trying to overcut these people. I mean, the car actually sent us on this detour. The car just sent us on a little detour, and look where we are. We're still in the traffic. Oh. We got the tractors behind us, which is a better view actually. I mean, I prefer the front of a tractor than the back. So we are just currently in a vacuum of happiness. Apparently now that we're in a truck, this bridge costs £11.20. However, in December, they're making it free. And that's a nice thing. I was always constantly told that this bridge has no speed limit because it's privately owned, and as such the government can't impose a thing. But if it is government owned, why should they charge us extra for using it? There you go. How's that for an interesting piece of information?
No, my parents were cheap and they always took the other bridge to Wales. Because then you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, but
they took the petrol. They did the extra petrol to not have to pay to go on this bridge.
I mean, that does make sense, but and there's a colossal but. Each bloody miles upriver.
We just didn't go to Wales very much.
Probably for the best reason, isn't it?
I don't think my parents had that many reasons to be taking me to Wales.
But we're going to look what it's called. Look what it's called.
We're going to Fenny!
Fenny is the name of Karina's dog, and is also the name for Agbagareni. Fenny. Karina's very smart. Karina's a smart cookie.
So what did Johnny tell us how smart I am? It's quite nice, isn't it? So Johnny saw a lovely, majestic bird.
There was a magpie, and it dropped off of a telephone thing. We're now in Wales. Dropped off of a telephone pole to get to ground level, and it did some beautiful aerial stuff. And Karina goes, I wonder why they do that, because they don't have a consciousness, they don't have an internal monologue, which I think is fascinating. So that's where you join us with some amazing information.
So like I mean, I know you don't do it because you're on autopilot right now with driving, but sometimes you probably think to yourself, oh, I should go left. And that actually like happens in your mind. They don't have that voice or like language in their mind telling them to do it.
Thing. Your left shoulder, right shoulder, kind of have
They just, for some reason, do the thing that they're supposed to be doing. So like if there's loads of wind, they don't think, oh, there's wind, I best do this. They just do it.
So, like we're saying, they have like a single thought process driven by the need to survive?
Yeah, so they kind of, I mean, their body knows that they've got to land, so they do. Okay. They don't have like the internalization part before, they just somehow they know that they have to do that thing. Probably because they didn't do that last time and they've still got memories, yeah.
My question is, how do you know that? And does a dog have an internal monologue?
Okay, so I was actually having this discussion with somebody else the other day who said that taking psychology was dumb because they don't find anything out. But like, you know, parts of your brain have different parts of your brains do different stuff.
Yes.
That's quite well known. The most inside part, sort of down here at the back near the stem, that is your sort of reptile brain, so that does hunger, temperature, don't die, for the love of God, don't die. And then sort of surrounding that you've got the monkey brain, which is what all mammals have really. So that makes sure that you sort of don't kill your babies and that you eat the right stuff, but you've still not got full consciousness.
And this is why birds will like eat their children and that sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which part. I mean, birds probably have some of the mammal stuff.
But no, is that
because I mean, there's like evolution reasons to eat babies. Like lions, like male lions will still kill baby lions because they're not theirs.
Yeah, we were saying.
Okay, so then humans have the frontal lobe,
Yes.
which is where we have actual like consciousness and the decision.
Current thought.
Yes.
Okay. And hence it's perfectly acceptable to be. Do any other animals have that?
I think
that is just
to
what.
some extent they do, but I think the thing that makes us human in comparison to other animals is that we have conscious thought. We have like an internalization of thought.
And so this is
I think
why
if
it's
anything was
acceptable to
gonna-
be a meat eater,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if anything was going to be similar to us, it would be dolphins, because they have like an actual language, which is very cool. Do you know of dolphin language?
No, but so long and thankful fish says that dolphins are very clever.
They are very clever, and that is exactly the reason you should know.
Okay, so dolphins have an internal dolphin language.
Dolphins can talk to dolphins in the same way that we have language. So all human language has a pattern to it where the most said word is said a certain amount more times than the second most said word, which is said an exact amount more times than the next most said. And dolphins also follow that pattern if you record all of their clicks. They have the exact same pattern of language as we do.
So dolphins are off the menu, generally, yeah? On the list of...
Genuinely, they are very, very clever, and if anybody else is going to have actual internalization, it's dolphins.
And we know about internalization through cutting things' brains up, I presume.
Yeah, pretty much cutting things brains up, and
putting
also
electrical probes on things' heads like
yeah,
in the movies.
and you can watch it all light up.
Well, thank you, Karina. That really has actually genuinely justified everything I've ever done. Do you think humans are predators, Karina? There's a question.
Okay, what are we calling? So, I mean, technically a predator is something that eats meat.
Hunts.
Or hunts.
I'm not saying we're a carnivore, because we're clearly not carnivore. We're clearly omnivores. Look at our jawline and setup and our teeth.
I mean, we're not supposed to eat meat at all, evolution-wise.
We're not supposed to eat meat at all.
No, humans, like when humans first started, they were not supposed to eat meat. That's why we have appendices.
Yeah, but taking that, humans
But saying that, like,
supposed to come out of
pandas
the
are only
swamp in the
supposed
first
to eat
place.
meat, so...
Pandas are only supposed to eat meat?
Pandas are only supposed to eat meat, but for some reason they chose to eat bamboo, and that's why they're also incredibly unhealthy, because pandas are bears, and bears are carnivores.
Bears are omnivores.
Well, they're not herbivores. They're supposed to eat meat.
No. But that's why pandas are so cuddly. Because they're vegan.
They are little vegan bears of the world.
So what if you gave a panda a steak? He wouldn't eat it?
Nope, because he wants to eat the bamboo, even though bamboo doesn't have any of the nutrients he needs. It's kind of like
Isn't it
I don't
like
know, letting a child just eat chocolate all the time. They're probably going to die, but for some reason the pandas haven't.
They enjoy eating
They just enjoy eating it. So if you give it to them, they do. Also, pandas are quite clever. If you
full of goddamn shit. Well, I think like there is not all. It's not like humans are intelligent. Everything else is stupid. There's different grades of sentiency that is a huge moral dilemma in a lot of hunters' lives, at least. I think so. But I'm not going to get into that because I think it's very dangerous ground. Not even dangerous ground. I'm underqualified to talk about it. But a human must be a predator because their eyes are on the front of their face.
which does make them a predator, yeah.
We're not a prey species, are we?
No, we're meant to be like... I think the point is that we probably started hunting as like a defense mechanism to make sure that nothing else ate us. So we probably started, like, if a big cat's coming towards you, you're going to give it a go, killing it, whether you're going to eat it or not. And then I think we probably
I've seen 10,000 BC.
realised that you could eat it. Okay, so I feel like it's probably quite important that I do mention that most other animals do have frontal lobes before people get all psychology and tell me off for having said it. But ours is a lot bigger generally, and it does more than everybody else's do.
Like our thumbs.
Just like our thumbs.
We have been offered an opportunity, and I think we're only fair to kind of say what we think on it and find out what you guys think. that we've been offered by a company that I can't mention, like a mini sponsorship deal for a series, like Cheap to Charming that we did. Obviously their name would go on it. I know that, like, generally speaking, we've never been sponsored, and that has kept us really independent, and I don't think it would change the way we act or anything. We're not there to kind of shout about anything, but might increase our ability to do stuff. I don't know. You know, I think people who are sponsored are generally always biased, because they always are. Probably more the case.
Abandoned mines.
Oh, Gimli.
So we arrived early. Johnny's still a bit hungry, and I still need a wee. But we got there, and there was somebody sort of waiting for us.
Who told us we were early? And I said, well,
we did come quite a long way.
fingers crossed this is not going to be a complete and utter waste of time.
But we're now following them, and we have seen some cows.
Yeah, unfortunately cows were ticked off the list about 2 hours ago, and we haven't put anything back on the list because there's not much else in Wales apart from sheep. First one to spot, some bracken, gets 10 points.
You guys all missed. Johnny did find the horse. He was very excited, and it was almost as soon as I turned the camera off.
Yeah, literally, we were talking about it. The horse was sat in a field full of sheep, and there was words said about that. There was victory slurring.
Welcome to WMS and the facilities. It's actually everything you can see. We're in one very small corner of it, but there's still targets on the hills around here and the quarries and whatever. This is area 1, area 2 is in the forest, another power lake is a wild area, we target area 3 and the fire lake over there, but that's another story. Once we start shooting, if you hear the word stop or stop, it means do nothing, freeze. Don't pull the trigger, don't open the bolt, keep the rifle pointed into the impact area. If after a stop, as in stop, if you get an unload, don't get excited about it, just very quietly lift the bolt handle, pop the round out, don't throw it into your neighbour's eye. Okay, first thing, stop. I'm not wearing a yellow tabard because we're all equal partners in safety. And if anyone sees any reason why we shouldn't be taking a shot, please that person take responsibility and they say stop. It's not one person in a yellow jacket screaming, it's a whole bunch of people sharing a safe place. Okay. Basic safety rules, it's loaded. Yep. If guns come off the benches, bolts are open, the bolts can come out if you like, but the thing is, assume it's loaded. Okay? We will clear the rifles before they come off the benches, but assume it's loaded. Number 1, it's loaded. Number 2, don't point it at anything you don't want to see a steaming hole in, like any of us. Be muzzle aware at all times. The finger doesn't go anywhere near the trigger until you are set, cheek on stock, sights on the target, ready to go. Then you can address the trigger. If you come off target, fingers off triggers. And number 4, be certain of the target. Some of the targets look a bit like Larry the Lamb. Larry the Lamb is out there hoping to avoid the mint sauce past Christmas, so just be aware of what we're shooting at. It'll be fairly straightforward. We're going to be shooting into this quarry mostly. We may move over to the other side later on. So those are the basic things. If you get a click when you fully expected a bang, do not open the bolt. Okay? If you get a click when you thought it was loaded, don't open the bolt, wait. One of us will have picked up on it probably. Count to at least 30 before you whip the bolt open. I've seen a couple of hang fires in my life, one notable one on a 50 cal that went off a long time after the click, though it could have been a bolt problem. But it is possible, click, bang, and if you've just unlocked the bolt, it's bad news, okay? So if you get a misfire, please treat it like a misfire drill. Hopefully it can all count to 5 and you won't get the 6th click. When we start shooting, it's fairly relaxed, you know, load, make ready, carry on. When we're obviously shooting, that's great. If we stop for any reason and someone's ready to go again, don't actually start again without letting everybody know you're thinking of starting again, and preferably getting an instruction that it's a good idea to start again. So, you know, we haven't got muzzle brakes today, but no random shooting in the middle of a conversation when we've all taken these things off and we're all deaf enough anyway. Everybody sort of happy with that? Okay, ear defenders on. Yep. Highland Outdoors, you'll be running the rifle bits, we'll be keeping the overview. Cool. relax. Just targets wise, if you look over there, leave the front row alone for now. If you look at the middle row of targets, on the right hand side there's an argali, which is a large white sheep type thing. To the left and the right of it there's two figure 11s, which are like people, zombie type things. For the first bit of shooting down, go for the figure 11s left and right of the argali, and also that square yellow plate with lots of different white dots sprayed on it. This is just a check, get the initial bits going, and we want to know if you're shooting to capacity before we go for long range. Because we don't want to go to long range and have people say the scopes aren't working when you're actually snatching the trigger and flinching like a freshly whipped puppy. Okay, so let's see some good shooting going on. 200 yards into there, and obey the scopes. Right.
Clear to shoot, yeah. Yeah. So that's nasty.
Are there any dots on it?
Yep. So,
If after it,
reticle there,
Yeah.
aim it here, and with
Okay. Yeah, so what we have essentially is a rangefinder. The phone app. The only thing it's used for really is to configure the two different items. So if we didn't have that, we'd have to do some sort of crazy button pushes, and this makes it a lot easier for us. So the rangefinder has a ballistic solver on it, so you can configure it based off the ballistics of whatever rifle and bullet you're shooting. All you really need to put in is a bullet. You get the ballistic coefficient of the bullet, and then the muzzle.
Does it matter which one I shoot?
No. Just tell me which one you want to shoot, and I'll range find it for you, and off you go. I should have just updated the reticle for you. So here, I'll do it again so you can see what it looks like.
Oh, that's cool.
Remember, it's not 6 hours, it's 6 hours.
And you put that dot on there, and then you squeeze the trigger, and you should have an impact. So if you're seeing dots on the horizontal, that's windage dots. So if you're getting a strong wind, right now the wind's kind of died down, just hold for the vertical. But if you have a strong wind, you can input that in there. Slide it forward.
Yeah, you feel free to. I'm just filming.
that was. It doesn't matter.
There you go. Center mass.
Yeah.
with the 308 will, the 223 won't. Yeah, it's not helpful. With the 308, to be honest, it
Moved. Slightly. You need a little more oomph.
Step onto that one if that's alright.
Yeah, go on to this one.
You're not hitting it right, Johnny.
No, that's it. I'll bring the 300 win up instead.
You got the ball peen hammer, you need the sledgehammer.
John, I think she was shooting better than him.
It's not difficult.
Oh my god.
Actually, give us a shot with that one. Yep.
When we get onto the long range stuff, the best place for the back bags is back here, with your left hand here, okay? If you put the back bags under the pistol grip, it doesn't actually work the harmonics quite as well. So try to make sure you're in this position as that,
Hugging it.
and if you're left-handed, do the same backwards.
I don't know. Those lefties are kind of weird.
25% of millionaires and billionaires are left-handed.
Really?
Dyslexic.
It's like a Illuminati.
They're creative in other ways,
John, what are you shooting?
You need to aim at the left edge, this way, aim at the left edge of that bandit. 9 o'clock or even just an inch or two to the left of it. But not that far.
You're hitting on the inside, closer to the pivot.
If you'd bought more binoculars, I'd have a Sig.
There you go.
I have to ask the office to send me a binocular.
Did you say you had a Minox spotting scope?
Not here. I've got it back at home. I've got the sight stick.
Last one.
It's beautiful.
toolkit.
Having fun?
Not good.
Joe?
Yeah.
We've just switched that scope on.
Yep.
So. Okay, and going back here, we now go to pairing. And we
Yeah.
check bonding.
Just make sure that the rangefinder's on.
Yeah, it's bonded.
Okay.
Hello mate, how you doing?
And now,
Yeah, it's way down the scope now.
cool. So it's recalibrated.
It's
Yep.
actually flashing, so
So you might have to drop your mag.
I have done. I've just dropped it, so that's all right now.
Yep.
Okay.
So are you seeing the wind holds? Ready? As your wind hold, and then you're going to use your elevation. And you're going to have to bracket it, if that makes sense. Hang on the money. You see the group right at the bottom.
Bang.
Which one?
It's too loose.
Yeah, you get out quick. There you go. He's dead, but let's say you got another tag. Let's say you got another 100 grand. Here, hold.
Just for it.
You said 1 o'clock.
Oh, done. Can I have another one of that? That sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, you're high and right, wasn't it? Yeah, right about 2 o'clock.
Is that a 308?
Apparently.
I didn't think it was that much, but
The wind's dying down quite a bit.
I'm getting covered from this angle, so
Yeah.
it's probably
There you go. So that's the theory. Both shots. You should be able to do it and just press them on both.
There you go.
Center punch.
It's right at the target. It averages.
So, go for the sheep.
Yeah.
So we're setting a 12 mile per hour wind from
Just out of reach.
Checking the width of my hand. The push back here, Mike.
That's what you need.
Yeah, I'll actually go for the face.
Shoot it in the face.
Right in the face. Screw it.
Big boy, if you can do it. But don't damage the excessively expensive
Range
trophy.
it for you. So at the moment it's ranged for a string, so I'm going to re-range it.
that's good.
No, you hit it. You hit it.
Just on the left of the kill zone in the head.
Right here. Huh?
Just on the left of the kill zone in the head, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought
Over there, they're there, sir.
It's a more American gunner.
Oh!
Good
There you
shot.
go.
2 o'clock on the disc. Just come 6 inches left if you want to go again. That's a good shot. On the kill. 10 o'clock. Well centered.
There you go. You see that one?
Yeah.
Where are you going, John?
Can you see where that went?
Go for the
Saw
peak
that
again.
before it even bonged.
Yeah.
Go for the yellow one.
Oh no, it says ice.
I was going to
It
say,
says ice. Don't pick.
I've heard they use the bottom of milk bottles for glass.
Robin, receive over.
Does
Speak
she
for
one year?
firewood. Ready?
I can range fire
That's
like
the
it.
keys.
Again,
We
perfect
kind of know
position.
what we can
Marksmanship
carry. We can
principle.
always head back and forth.
If your position isn't firm, this will not be great.
Which one are you going
We
for?
pick this
On you go, yeah. Shooting the target. Great.
Okay.
Make sure you got a spotter. Everybody shoot with a spotter. It works. Whoopee.
Okay, what are you shooting for?
Pig.
The digger.
Digger.
No, don't shoot the digger, please.
The Rambler. Digger. The D. That was an eye shot. Whoever shot that was an eye shot. Was that you,
Going for the
Johnny?
brain, of course.
Brain. Yeah. Yeah, you got him about there. Right at the, you got him about there on the temple.
Let's hope he fell over.
Yeah, they call it
In reality,
Yeah, can't yeah.
my long range pig hunt that we're going to go on. 438.
Isn't it wonderful to get off?
The NRA band.
You got it.
223 like makes no noise. Yeah, I can't even see any splash or anything.
Let's bring out the 300 auto. 300 blackout full auto MPX. That's what we need. So.
Yeah.
But then we wouldn't hit it.
But who would care? Have a lot of fun.
You did it once.
Small target, Johnny. Bang on.
Thank you very much, I'm done.
Yeah. So you
That's where it's
Quiet. Oh yeah.
you can try it again if you want.
What you like in bed?
I think we ought to.
Down again. My friend had a thing about. I don't know whether I really want to know. Yeah.
No, I haven't. You got your wallet on you?
What you thinking about the target? She given a name in each target, and this is for this guy.
Oh no, there's not that many guys.
Yeah. That's probably where to stay, isn't it?
Joe, spotting the large disc.
Try and wake it up and use that, and it's.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Top edge of it. Yeah.
I know, I saw.
So essentially the bottom line is that that technology worked really well. Both me and Karina shot fairly well, we're both adequate rifle shots, but that technology allowed us to shoot a 100-meter zeroed rifle out to 450 meters with as much accuracy as we would be accurate with anyway. Not having to read the wind, not having to aim off in any way apart from doing exactly what we were told by the scope technology. It's awesome. If you can get behind one and try one, have a little play with one in the shops, they are a very, very good bit of kit. A very, very good bit of kit. You know, for anybody who wants to take that slightly longer range shot, and for those of you who say you can point bang on foxes out to 300 meters, you've got to try this because you will actually start hitting those foxes you point bang on out of 300 meters. Right at the end of the day, we were quite blessed. They allowed us to play with the new toy that they have that's a little bit different, the Patriot Arms. Yeah, I suppose it's just a straight pull 223, but it was still quite fun. I'm sure you've noticed that the videos in the last couple of days have been absolutely amazing, bar this one. This one's me. You'll meet the new guys soon. See you later, guys.
Put my
Blind old man.